Lord, thank you for putting this old person in front of me. You know, you knew I meant to have, you know, like seeing a victim. That's how they're going to begin to look at it, though. I mean, it was told in a joking form, but the shit's real. Like, you put this old person with all that wild on. You knew I needed this. You did this for me.
And who's being targeted now? The elderly. You got a lot of those homes in the Hollywood Hills where all these old Edomites is living. They being targeted, and you know, they really can't fight back. So what are they gonna do?
So if you're an elderly person, or if you're a woman, especially a little petite woman, you're a prey. They're gonna prey on you, man.
You might as well give it up.
So that's the time we're coming into, man. You're not gonna sugarcoat that. All right, this is what's coming, man. You going back to your women. You've been at ease. Society kept you comfortable. You used to get your ego stroked consistently, getting all this world praise. Esau keep exalting you, promoting you to these high positions. You got all these simps in the world with their cakes out for you. The dating game. That's why a lot of niggas stopped doing that, because it's been one-sided. You getting all these free meals. You showing up to the dinner, and you showing up with gifts, giving her shit. You don't even know this hoe, and you already showing up, giving her shit.
And you could be like the third or fourth date that day.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for her.
For her, yeah.
I know y'all saw that one video where this woman, I think it was a TikTok video. She had a dude, but her dude was such a simp. She was allowing him to go out there. He was allowing, he was allowing her to go out there on dates with other men.
She on like 3 days in one day.
She went on like 3 dates, and then came home to flowers and candles burning and all that shit. I was like, wow.
Yeah, it's that bad up there. I mean, in the mentality of men. That's clearly been raised by your mother. You gonna praise a man? So what's that man gonna do in a time of war? What kind of manly spirit is he in when a time of war comes, which we're coming into?
He's food. He's food. All those type of men, they're not gonna make it. They ain't gonna make it, man. The Lord's gonna get them out of the way early. All you weak men, the Lord gonna get you out of there early. You ain't gonna survive through this, man. And that's gonna leave you women open. The scriptures talk about how you're gonna have the young virgins. They're gonna be mourning and not having bridegrooms.
Because Yahweh She outshines our covering, and we're supposed to be our covering unto the woman. But if the woman, if that covering is taken, you're done. You're done. You know? Especially if that man is not a man of the Lord. You know?
Goes more on that, one more verse?
Isaiah 32:12. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine.
Look up that word teat. They show lament for the teat.
Teat, Hebrew word shad, which means breast, bosom, breast. It's got breast.
Breast. Because what do you get from breast?
Nutrients.
You get nutrients. All right, basically like milk. Nourishment, man. You're not gonna get that. It's gonna be famine. Everything's gonna be depleted, man. No access to certain resources. It's all cut off from you. You're used to getting it a lot, but then it gets taken from you. Just watch a child. When a child is used to having that nurturement, and then as soon as you take it from him, you're gonna notice that that child he's gonna be living. He's gonna be like, yo, you know. The child is gonna be, throwing a tantrum because his comfort zone is taken away from him.
Social program. EBT, Section 8. Also, the spousal support, alimony, all that. If they bring that universal basic income, that's for sure going out. They're getting all that. Y'all living too good. And then there's conniving men, I'll say this way, that will come and lay up under you while you got that money. Okay? Esau going with this new tracking system that's an implant, that's how he gonna know if you're doing too much. Yeah. Her heart rate elevate every night at 11:30. Yeah. There must be a man over there, somebody gonna check on you. Or cut their smart TV on and let's see what's going on in there. You know?
That's how we know a lot of you gonna take the mark.
Yeah.
You gonna take that mark, man. That's gonna be your only access. That's gonna be your only access to the victuals.
Yeah.
All the goods and services that you used to having, your only way accessible to that is through the mark. Because he's in control of it all already.
Yep.
All right, it's all being centralized as we speak. All right, and that's basically the global reset. That's Agenda 2030. If you want to eat, you got to come up under that. So a lot of you women, for sure, you're going to go running right into Esau's arms, right into his hands, man. You're going to have some Israelite women, they're going to have the spirit of Lot's woman. They're going to be looking back.
Yep.
They're not going to be willing to give it all up and present their body as a living sacrifice if they have to.
The spirit of Job's wife.
Huh?
Curse the Most High God. You know, we get in this truth and we were just, look at us, we starving and she gonna cuss you out and, you gotta let that woman go. You know?
She ain't gonna have faith.
Yeah, she have our faith.
We believe that we gonna eat in the time of starvation, famine. And that's what the scriptures say. But her being minus faith, she's not gonna have that fortitude to be able to handle those conditions.
Right.
Of being able to, go maybe a couple of days without food.
Yep.
And not having the faith that maybe on the third or fourth day, something might happen. Or we gonna come into an abundance of food, man.
And a righteous woman, she'll go a few days without having food as long as her children got food. But in these days, these women, they're gonna be looking out for themselves, not their children. Some food come around, they're gonna be, shit, let me eat mine. Oh, I forgot about my kids. These women ain't gonna be thinking about their kids when this time comes.
Should have that reset.
When it Kings.
I got it. I
got the curse.
Yeah. And also Mary of Methuselah, we always bring that account out too. When they started us out in 70 AD, they ran to the mountains.
I got Kings, 2 Kings 6 and 26. As the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, Help me, Lord, O king.
This was during the time of a great famine. And also inflation. I think it was an ass's head. Yeah. The ass's head had to be sold for a very expensive price.
A dove's dung.
And dove's dung. That shit was inflated. You had to have some type of wealth to afford a fucking ass's head or dove shit. Otherwise, you'd be starving. And they wasn't at ease then. All right, they wasn't at ease then.
And he said, The Lord do not help thee, whence shall I help thee? Out of the barn floor, or out of the winepress? And the king said unto her, What aileth thee? And she answered, This woman said unto me, Give thy son, that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. So we boiled my son and did eat him. And I said unto her on the next day, Give thy son, that we may eat him. And she hid her son.
That's cold.
Showing you about cannibalism.
Yeah.
If y'all treat y'all kids this way now, we can easily see how you're gonna be cannibalist when there's no food in that day. Y'all gonna go right to the cannibalism.
You got people that will say, I would never eat a human. Come on, man. Who would do that?
That's inhumane, man.
Inhumane. I would never eat a human. All right, well, don't eat for more than 3 days. And see where your mind takes you.
Living like a cartoon.
God.
Before they be looking like a rib and shit. Looking like a big pork rib.
Straight up, man.
I got the curse on it.
Deuteronomy 28?
Yeah. Hold on. Deuteronomy chapter 28. Start at 50, 55. So that, 56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil towards her husband of her bosom, and towards her son, and towards her daughter, and towards her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and towards her children which she shall bear. For she shall eat them for one of all things secretly in the straitness, wherewithin the enemies shall distress thee in thy gates. So she gonna secretly eat her kids. And that's fucked up because she ain't even gonna want to share. Like the woman in 2 Kings. You think she wasn't gonna, she ate that first?
She already had it in her mind, like, we ain't gonna eat my son.
Yeah. What, you think later, if it got tough, she wasn't gonna eat it later?
Right.
Like if they still didn't get food, she wasn't satisfied?
Yeah, if she wouldn't eat one, she eat another.
Yeah, she ate one. That baby get on her nerves. Hey, what does she say? It's annoying to feed it.
Oh, yeah.
You bitches don't eat your kids, man. Okay? It's been done before. It's gonna happen again. Alright? Y'all eat a big kid all the time when you go to McDonald's or whatever the fuck else you do. You eat that meat inside your food, your burger.
You wondering what all those aborted fetuses,
Yeah.
you ever wonder where that shit goes? And why they promote for you to do what you're doing to your womb? And the process that they go through to get that child up out of that canal, man?
And y'all didn't at least eat the placenta and shit?
Some to that
Yeah.
effect.
Yeah, they do that shit.
Then they take their blood. You already know what they do with the blood. And then the remaining of the fetus, they grind it up. And they put it all in your food supply. They use it to
Flavor enhancements.
as flavor enhancements, man.
Pepsi. You like Pepsi, you know what a kid tastes like. Not directly, it's covered up with shit, but that taste is in the palate. The palate can sense that in the taste.
Ocean spray juice.
Ocean spray. Yep.
CBD and shit like that.
Yep. Flavor enhancer.
So when I have something. Baruch 2 and 1. Therefore the Lord hath made good his word which he pronounced against us and against our judges that judge Israel, against the kings and against the princes and against the men of Israel and Judah, to bring upon us great plagues such as never happened under the whole heaven, as it came to pass in Jerusalem according to the things that were written in the law of Moses, that a man should eat the flesh of his own son and the flesh of his own daughter.
Yeah.
Something last play. That was in our curses. So, it's gonna happen again. People think that these things that happen in the ancient world, that happened back then, ain't gonna happen now. No, it's no new thing under the sun. So history is gonna repeat itself, but it's gonna be at a global level. It's gonna be at an astronomical level where these things are gonna be happening, not just here in America, but these other countries.
They already talking about it.
Yeah,
But they already, at the lesson earlier this week, I believe, that was said that they're talking about Ukraine was the breadbasket of the world. So all these other countries that get export from all the grains and stuff that Ukraine produces, they're going to be starving. There's going to be a famine all over the world. Well, they ain't talking about all the processing plants that are burning down and getting destroyed here, and all the farmland being destroyed and so on and so forth. So You know? So that's going to be a worldwide thing.